I'm not expecting you to like every single one of these. They're all in their own ways peculiar and sick and twisted and Brazilian and penis. Hopefully at least one or two piques your interest. All of them are on PC, some are on other stuff as well. The details here, if I remember. I remembered. If you play any of these and you like them, do the devs a favor and leave a positive review. It can just be a few words, it doesn't matter. Steam heavily promotes games that review well, and so it's massively important for the visibility smaller devs desperately need. Lastly, if you've already played any of these and feel a burning urge to tell me, please reach out with questions, comments, or even just to say hi over at leonmasseybusiness@gmail.com. STRAFTAT is as simple as it is free. It's free. STRAFTAT is free. It's a Quake-esque 1v1 arena shooter made by the guys behind BANDA, structured like Halo Customs, or better yet, Duck Game. In English, it's a 1v1 party game shooter with deceptively deep gunplay that's counterbalanced by how deeply stupid and chaotic it is. You will die as frequently from getting killed as you will die of stupid shit, regardless of how many hours you've clocked into aim labs. You can try to play it like a shooter, or you can pick up pig and then you have now you have the pig. It's constantly throwing curveballs at you. As soon as you get acclimated to one map, one set of weapons and rules, the rug is pulled and it's practically a different video game now. One map might have you corner peeking with muskets, another's double-barreled shotguns only, another is a pit with only barrels and mines. This one is just CS Surf. This one is Fall Guys. This one is fucking awesome.
Hey man, the wall's gonna...
No doubt you've noticed the HUD and the everything. This game has a really fun aesthetic. It feels like a blend of 90s grungy, corroded, dirty, industrial rot. Like the way it manifested both in real-time 3D graphics like Quake and Half-Life, as well as like pre-rendered stuff like Oddworld or Bad Dream Adventure. It's kinda awesome. Whatever, you don't fucking care. It's not just pointless 90s nostalgia bait, it's inspired, and it's a great fit for the tone of the game as a whole. The tone is silly.
Stop throwing Stop throwing fucking barrels at me! Stop! Enough!
This is a silly game. STRAFTAT is on Steam, it's on free, it has more than 100 maps, and if you buy the DLC, it has more than 150 more, plus a ton of cosmetics, and it's $5. Grab a friend, go play it. Use ProxChat.
It's time for an ad break. Maybe they're gonna spell my name right this time. Yeah, it's pretty funny.
I got Hardy!
I Am Your Beast is a game I'm putting here, not because I'm being paid to talk about it, but because I can't in good faith outright recommend it due to how biased I am. It was developed by Strange Scaffold, the indie studio featured in the Bass Reeves video. Multiple friends of mine contributed to its development, and they even asked me to voice a character in one of the expansions. I love this game. Beast is the FPS equivalent of Hotline Miami. It's fast, loud, cool as fuck, and you will die very much chasing your personal golden clear time. The gameplay loop consists of booting up a level, failing aplenty, and through trial and error / positive, learning not just how to clear a level, but ideally how to ace it too. If you're content to clear a level with a B rank and move on, that's fine and valid, but holy fuck, you are boring. Look at this guy. You wish this was you. I wish this was you. The game is presented in this vibrant, stylized, comic book-esque visual design, accentuated by borderline penis music written by one RJ Lake, packaged together with this really good story presented entirely in what the pricks at the studio coined kinetic typography. This is probably in part a budget-related decision. I didn't bother asking. But dude, if this type of limitation breeds this type of innovation, I need these people to be paid less. and fed less. I especially love what the level design team pulled for the expansions. This shit is so cool, dude. I love this game. It's my favorite thing Strange Scaffold hasn't canceled, and holy shit, do those guys get things turbo canceled. It's 20 bucks normally, 14 bucks currently. It just dropped on Xbox and PlayStation, and if you play the first expansion, you can even hear my mid-as-fuck voice acting.
No. 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 Make it quick. Yeah, the bugs. What? You're joking. You're not joking. 2025 ROG Strix Scar 18 on sale now? Up to what? The RTX 5090? How'd you cool that? No, that's really good. You'd need a really powerful CPU though for that. Oh. No, I'm okay. You'll get so many frame rates.
This can be you, except less sad. Visit rog.gg/noodlescar18 to pick up your own ultra-fast, easily upgradable ROG Strix Scar 16 or 18. I don't judge. The law will, but I won't. Strix Scar 16 or 18. Click now.
Have you played Quake? Okay, what's your tolerance for YouTube poop? Brazilian drug dealer 3, I opened a portal to hell in the favela trying to revive MINHA, I need to close it, is essentially a Quake mod designed to look and feel like a bootleg community map collection without actually playing like a dogshit community map collection. If you've played Quake, you already know more or less how this plays, and if you haven't, this plays like Quake. This is what your health looks like. This is what your guns look like. This is what the game looks like. I'm pretty sure the psychotic geometry, the stretched textures, the broken port English is all self-aware, made to feel like a bootleg copy of itself. But I can't fully tell, and that room for doubt is why it's so fucking funny. Why is this man a Lego? Why is this club louder than God himself? Why does he sound like that? It almost scans like come to Brazil, gringo core type shit, but the guy who made it is exceptionally Brazilian, so I think we're good. It's so strange. It constantly references the kind of trappings a less than stellar map designer might accidentally stumble into, but it's smart enough to not just do that. It's like taking those tropes and using clever design to intuitively lead you to things that, if you've spent time with janky community content, you'll already know how to interact with. Levels have arcs, there's a coherent flow, enemies, they feel intentionally placed. Mostly. Care was clearly taken, even when it looks like it wasn't, and that is a very tight rope to walk. This is really effective parody, not because it's necessarily critiquing its source material. It loves it, flaws and all. It revels in its Brazilian. Nowhere is that more clear than in the music. This awesome fucking blend of breakcore, gabber, moonbeat, and Brazilian funk. A constant reminder, as if you needed one, of what this game is about, what it's inspired by, and how you should be playing it. It goes so fucking hard. This game goes so fucking hard. It also technically has multiplayer, but in true bootleg spirit, it's the download tungle flavor of multiplayer, so good fucking luck. I am such a fan of art like this. Shit that feels like loving parody. Kind of satire that embraces the source material rather than tearing it apart. It's $3 normally, $2.24 right now, and it's the Quake engine, which means that if you own a computer with a power button, you can play it. Este joguinho é uma obra-prima. Golaço. So far, I've recommended a 1v1 party shooter, a speedrunning game, and a methed up Quake mod. I'm going to describe this next one, and I already know you're going to say, and you're going to want to skip this part of the video, but we're not going to do that, okay? We're going to use our inside voices, we're going to sit crisscross applesauce, and we're going to hear Noodle out because he speaks true. Desecrators is a procedurally generated roguelike You play as Unremarkable Dickhead. Head made of dick. You operate a large forklift, plundering as much shit as possible, then using said shit to upgrade said forklift, and so you can plunder better shit, and so on. The stakes are exceptionally high. You have a limited number of respawns, and when you run out, it wipes your save. New game, new dick, new head. Think of it less like Dead Cells, more like the Mario. It's basically an old school continue system. Expect to run out of lives. There's no onboarding or tutorialization, which is not, strictly speaking, good, but I kind of love it. The journey of upgrading your gay little pod and watching it grow into a big gay pod goes hand in hand with your journey of learning how to operate said pod. The gay one. The game is quite obtuse, mechanically. It throws you in about as deep of an end as you can imagine. You are expected to waddle around or to fumble at every turn until you grow up and stop doing that. But if you can power through that barrier, and trust me, I'm making it sound worse than it is, you can begin to appreciate everything Desecrators has going for it. The dogfights are fantastic. Hit-scan weapons are notably rare and underpowered, leading to firefights that more closely resemble Ikaruga than most shooters. You got your primaries, secondaries, mines, and eventually multiples of each, all with their own unique behaviors, like the napalm, which is what it sounds like, the piranha, a secondary that vomits missiles, or the sentry mine, your own deployable scarab. Dodging and weaving through dozens of projectiles up, down, left, right, front, back, juggling 30-something buttons all at once makes for some pant-shitting encounters. But once you've figured it out, once you've narrowly handshaken your forklift, you feel one with your pod. You're gay now. You'd be forgiven for seeing a few runs and thinking they all look alike. You're true for that. However, they all look and sound fucking cool. This microbial dev team is so mad they stopped making Descent 25 years ago that they made a new one themselves. Desecrators looks like it came from an alternate timeline where Aquanox got its start on the N64. It's peak! I especially love its soundscape too, the way it paints a picture of a lonely space station in the middle of nowhere, the way weapons sound so distinct, the way going underwater transforms the soundscape completely. It's so good. This game is real good solo. Oh, there it is! Oh, how long did we get invisible people? This game is real good with friends. I played the game with a few of those, including one who truly despises roguelikes like he despises women, and even that fucking pedophile says he liked the game. It's that good. How have so few people played this? It's not perfect. If I had one big gripe other than the repetition, it's that the game has a bit of a conveyance problem.
Yeah, wow. Look how easy this is to miss.
Dude, it's so dark.
But that's not so bad once you get used to it. Look, it's $15 normally, $11.24 right now, and at the risk of sounding like the annoying guy recommending mid every Steam sale, even if you don't like roguelikes, I swear this game kicks ass. And my other friend who likes adult women and is on no registry that I've checked can vouch for it too. Go ahead and ask him at leonmasseybusiness@gmail.com. There's a chance you've already heard about Devil Daggers, and if you have, tell it to your fucking diary. It's a really good game. However, you're less likely to know about the game Soreth, the developer, went on to make afterwards. Hyperdemon, like its predecessor, is an arcade shooter structured like an arcade cabinet, like Forger, where runs tend to hover between 3 minutes and 3 seconds. I am not very good at this game. The footage I'm showing you is a blend between my own and people whose high scores I've watched on the leaderboards. I'm sure you can tell which is which. I'm hoping that my recommending this thing, despite me being so profoundly, abysmally dogshit at it, it gives you an idea of just how much fun it is at every skill level. This game is driven by scoreboard, and while I might not be able to compete with half my friends, never mind the people at the top, there is someone I know who's always just as good as I am. me. And over the past couple weeks, I've been kicking that guy's ass. I hate that guy. On the surface, the game is dead simple. Kill things, don't get touched. The more you dig into it though, the more the gameplay becomes almost subconscious. This is a flow state video game. And once you're there, you ain't thinking. You're just doing. You're not gonna believe me, but this game has more depth than any other shooter in this video, with a skill ceiling so high that... I mean, look at this. What is happening? Your toolset is dead simple. You can air dash, hold to shoot stream, tap to fire blast, and right click to fire these diamond things like sniper shots. But the thing is, this was designed by a brainiac, and so every single facet of this game interacts perfectly, seamlessly with every other. You can wave dash, you can ball out, you can use the force of the blast to propel yourself, then launch into a big crystal to dash again. You can absorb multiple diamonds, then fire them at the ground, and each one ricochets into a different guy, or fire them into a big diamond, there's diamonds, to create an explosion that gets larger the more diamond you have when you shoot it. And these are just the horrors I can comprehend. If, unlike me, you're able to chain these moves together to kill things faster than they can even spawn, you can meet God. Almost everything about Hyperdemon's audio and visual design strike a perfect balance, for me at least, between style and visual clarity. You need to spend some time with it, trust. It also has a hidden multiplayer mode that was unceremoniously patched in 2 years after the game's release. I don't know how many people even know about this, but there's only one lobby. Everyone shares one lobby. The first 2 players fight, winner stays on, the rest of the queue spectates. If y'all do a fight club or something, please send me lots of clips. This game is incredible, both as a mental screensaver while shooting the shit into voice call, and as a challenge to overcome, or, in my case, a Sisyphean boulder to push. This game is like if Sisyphus's boulder was a kratom high that never came down, and it's gonna feel like you're never gonna reach the top of the mountain, but if you ever reach the top of the mountain, you can meet God. I think Sisyphus would enjoy gaming. Of all the games in this video, Selaco is probably the most approachable and digestible. It's a varied, linear shooter inspired by the classics. It draws heavily from Doom, Half-Life, and Fear, with additional notes of System Shock, Halo, Deus Ex, Doom, Shadow Warrior, basically any shooter people like. You spend most of your time mowing down waves of enemies, occasionally interspliced with physics puzzles, keycards, scavenger hunts, ImSim gimmicks, safe zone pit stops, secret scrounging. If this all sounds a bit unfocused, yes. The game's anchor is its gunplay. Selaco has some of the best gun feel I've experienced in a game. Not just in the indie scene. This is one of the best feeling shooters I have played. First time you get the hand cannon, you're gonna be like, holy fuck. Then you're gonna get the shotgun, and you're gonna be like, Christ! Then you're gonna get the nail gun, and you're gonna start taping people to walls. You're gonna get the grenade launcher, and you're gonna start atomizing people. Every weapon feels distinct, and it's amplified by upgrade paths and modifiers. By the end of the game, my nail gun's magazine was big and round. Its rate of fire increased the longer I held the trigger down. The power of your arsenal is further illustrated by the sound design, the enemy feedback, and the destructible environments. Altered Orbit seems to really enjoy setting up nice, beautiful sci-fi levels and holding hands with you as both scripted events and your guns turn rooms into mush. When you boot up the game for the first time, it has you choose between graphics optimized for either clarity or spectacle. You're gonna choose spectacle, because part of the challenge of a given firefight is being able to see through the muzzle flashes, particle effects, clouds of smoke, lamp oil, bomb oil, smoke oil. It's a complete mess. Every battle feels like a set piece. It's incredible. Trouble with set pieces is that they can feel overly scripted and linear, but Selaco avoids this trap too by virtue of having some exceptionally great enemy AI. Dudes seem to react and adapt to how you choose to approach a given fight. They bark strategies, commands, outright shit themselves to death. I can't tell how much of this is actual reactivity versus smoke and mirrors a la Fear, but it feels legit, and that's what matters. This game is really good. But it's not perfect. It's an early access title, and I'm only comfortable recommending it because there's so much here to dig into. That said, not everything here is great. The pacing is pretty horrible at times. Selaco will throw high-octane, wacky-ass firefights at you back to back to back, then screech to a halt out of nowhere. Level 2 especially loves to throw MSIM stuff at you, but I found these tedious at best. Push my barrel into an elevator, jump across my river, collect my 8 keycards, open a door by crawling into a vent, peering over a wall, and shooting the button for the door. No, this mechanic is never used again. These aren't puzzles. I'm not thinking about anything here other than how much of my time is being wasted. These interruptions are annoying, but they're also indicative of another gaping problem the game has: the level design. Here's a graph. Don't get me wrong, the gunplay still carries, but oh my god, does it get hard to love this game when you're forced to spend so much time not engaging with it. And it doesn't help that the offices, hallways, and cubicles you fight through are oftentimes so claustrophobic. Like, yeah, they obviously wanted to channel fear, but that game works because you are slow. In this game, you side dash and crouch hop constantly or you die forever. It's one of the only defensive options you have, and it doesn't work when you're constantly getting caught on random geometry. This level design and this movement, they feel at odds with each other. It just bogs down otherwise phenomenal combat. It feels like Altered Orbit can't decide what kind of game they want to make, or like they change their mind with every mission. Being inspired by the classics is all well and good, but like, which ones? You have to choose. You can't be Half-Life and Fear and System Shock and everything else you like all at once without concessions. These games all work for different reasons. To the team's credit, these issues fade away as the campaign progresses. By the time Mission 4 hits, the level design is in sync with the movement and the gunplay. I was dying dozens of times to the same firefights because I'm bad at video games, and I didn't care because I was having so much fun! It's inspiring to see the devs improving their level design skills as they go. I want to sell people on y'all's game because in spite of all my problems, I really like it. But it's hard to recommend a game to people with the caveat that it gets really good 4 to 6 hours in. Like I said, Sexo is in early access right now with an entire second chapter currently in development, which gives me hope that the team will continue to hone their skills as they further develop the game. I'd love to see them revisit the design of levels 1 and 2, but even in its current state, even with an IOU where a story is supposed to be, even with all the time I've spent bitching, I still think this game kicks ass. It's seriously one of the best feeling shooters I think you can buy. It's $25 normally, on sale now for $17.50, and it's kinda awesome.
Hi, I'm so tired. I pulled an all-nighter to get this done. I'm recording this right before it comes out. Q&A, Patreon. Also, again, don't forget, if you play any of these and you enjoy them, leave a review, because it helps the developers out a ton, and you would make them grin and smile. What microphone do you use? In the past, I've used this fancy-ass Audio-Technica AT3035. It was a hand-me-down. So because my life has been a little tumultuous, I've since, at least in the short term, I've swapped to a Shure Beta 58A. Something tells me you're asking though because you want to toy around with making stuff. If you need something cheap just to get yourself going, check out the used market. SM58s are indestructible. Will you do a follow-up on the Need for Speed video? Love to hear what you'd have to say on the later games. I'm making a second channel video about this actually. Go over there and look and smile if you care. What's your racing connoisseur's opinion on Trackmania? I can never get into it. I don't know why. Maybe it's the fact that it seems so competitive from the outside. I don't know. How's life? Dude, when I sleep, it's gonna be so nice.